Previously, I explored whether or not it was possible to complete Dark Souls base game with Poopwalk active the whole time, but a handful of people asked, what about the DLC? Well, that's what we're going to find out today. I will be following the same rules as last time, so basically no duping. On top of that, I also won't be using Move Swap this time. Some people loved the Move Swap Poopwalk combo, others said it was too overpowered. So I'm going to show you what you can do without Move Swap. I'll not only be tackling the DLC in this run, I'll also be doing all of the bosses. So let's get into the run. I'm going to skip over the asylum, as there's no difference from last time. At Lordran, we're going to start off by going into the Valley of Drakes, grabbing the soul behind the door, grabbing the soul between the dragon's talons, and then proceeding the rest of the way through. Grab the Grass Crest shield, and take out the Black Knight for the souls. Grab the longbow on the way up, then head all the way to the parish. Invest the souls into getting 14 attunement and 10 strength so we can use the Grass Crest shield. Grab the Firekeeper soul, return to Firelink, then head into New Londo Ruins where we can struggle our way through to get another Firekeeper soul. Our next stop is going to be the burg. Our main objective right now is to get the Residence Key. An easy way to get the 1,000 souls we'll need is to take out the Black Knight just like we did last time, so head over there. On the way, open the locked door and grab the gold pine resin. Afterwards, lure up the Black Knight and get him to fall off the ledge just like last time. Between the knight and the other enemies falling off the ledge, you should now have enough souls for the key, so head over to the male undead merchant and buy it. We'll now need the basement key, so return to the parish, waddle past all of the enemies, and pick it up. Return to the burg, and it's time to take on the Taurus demon. Now last time I said that it was impractical to fight Taurus due to the archers in his arena, but I came up with a revolutionary new idea. Once you trigger him to drop in, just back up so the archers can't hit you. I don't know why I didn't think of this last time. Sometimes the easiest solutions are just the hardest to think of, I guess. Regardless, once you're out of the archer's sight, use one of the resins we picked up, and the bandit's knife will tear through Taurus. Once he's dealt with, open up the door to the lower burg. Taking the ladder down isn't going to be a viable option for us, so meme roll your way down instead. Open up the shortcut, then head behind the fire to roast some hot dogs. With the dogs dealt with, free Griggs, and loot the catalyst from inside the room. Return to Firelink, pop the 2 souls we picked up earlier, then use the souls to level up your intelligence and get Soul Arrow and Heavy Soul Arrow from Griggs. Return to Darkroot Basin and make your way over to the bonfire. Now here's a neat skip many of you probably don't know about. If you meme roll off the edge by this pillar, it puts you right in the area blocked by the living tree. From there, we can quickly make our way over to and grab the wolf ring. With that done, we're now going to take out the Moonlight Butterfly with the exact same method as last time. And by that, I mean letting Beatrice do it for us. With the souls from the Moonlight Butterfly, we'll be able to get 16 intelligence, and buy Great Heavy Soul Arrow and Fall Control. The Gargoyles are going to be our next target, and the path leading up to them is going to be more or less the same as last time, just using Soul Arrow to clear out the hollows instead of melee. With the Gargoyles, the biggest challenge is just landing the first Great Heavy Soul Arrow. They flinch off a single hit, so once you've hit them once, you can just stun lock them. Unfortunately, we still can't climb the first ladder leading up to the bell, so you'll need to disable Poopwalk to get up there. With the souls from the Gargoyles, buy Great Soul Arrow from Griggs, get 16 attunement, and then dump the remaining souls into intelligence. Time for the most annoying boss. Make your way to the lower burg. Tell the dogs they're fired, then trigger the first set of assassins and give them the same treatment. Next, clear one of the dogs next to Capra's fog gate and take it out with Great Soul Arrow. Use normal Soul Arrow to clear out the next group of assassins, and Great Soul Arrow to deal with the last dog. Finally, take out the last 2 assassins and open the shortcut to Firelink. Time to take on Capra. So this fight is very rough with Poopwalk active. The Wolf Ring will help us not get stun-locked at the start, and from there the normal strategy for this boss applies. However, Poopwalk makes it so our spells are fired from our character's right instead of overhead, so being too close to the wall when firing spells results in them just hitting the wall. This makes taking out the dogs when they're right in front of you extremely difficult. Your best bet is to wait for them to jump down and take them out then. With the dogs dealt with, the fight becomes much easier, and Great Heavy Soul Arrow tears through Capra with ease. Dump the souls into intelligence, and then we're off to the depths. Blast everything that gets in your way, and free Laurentius. Keep blasting, take out Mega Rat, and make your way backwards to take out the Channeler. Head to the bonfire, then it's time to take on Gaping. Even with Poopwalk active, Gaping is not a difficult boss. Bait out his body slam, hit him in the head with Great Heavy Soul Arrow, move out of the way of his charge, and hit him from the side with one of your other spells a few times. Rinse and repeat. Return to the bonfire to restock on spells, then make your way back to Firelink. Don't rest at the bonfire when you get there, just go to Griggs and buy the Bellowing Dragon Crest ring. Warp back to the depths, and spend the remaining souls on intelligence. Start heading into Blighttown. The ladder is useless for us, so just drop down. Run past all of the enemies in the first section, cross the weird bridge, and head back here. From there, drop down, take out the 2 dogs, and make your way towards the Wall Hugger. Take out the nearby ghoul, the Wall Hugger itself, and grab power within. We're done with Upper Blighttown. Return to Firelink again, and speak to Laurentius to get the Pyromancy Flame. Get rid of Lautrec, then it's time to head back to Blighttown. This time around, we'll be using the back entrance. Last time I said that the normal meme roll setups don't work to skip to Lower Blighttown, but again, I don't know why I thought this. I tried again in this run, and it worked perfectly fine. The rest of the journey through Blighttown is the same as last time. Then it's time to take on Queelaag. With power within and the bellowing dragon crest ring, this should be easy. Alright, maybe not that easy. Our new buffs do give us a significant damage increase, but some of her attacks are still annoying to avoid. Your best bet is to keep a bit of distance between yourself and her, and attack when you have a safe opening. Ring the bell, warp out, and get more intelligence. The only difference in getting through Sens this time is that we're going to stop in to have the sleeping manserpent break the wall, so we can free Logan and grab the soul of a hero. Outside of that, it's just as painful as before. On the way to the Iron Golem, grab the large soul of a brave warrior, and take out the firebomb giant. The Iron Golem himself isn't much of a problem, just get him in the right position, and 2 great heavy soul arrows will take him out. Pop any boss souls you haven't, and dump everything into intelligence. Anor Londo is more or less the same as last time. We still can't get up this ladder without disabling Poopwalk, and you'll still want to take out the enemies I recommended to. For O&S, hope for a good Ornstein pattern, and take him out as quickly as possible. Super Smoke can be a bit more annoying than normal because our spells don't shoot from overhead, so it's not nearly as easy to shoot over the broken pillars. His hammer is also pretty good at blocking our spells. And watch out for lingering hitboxes. Take your time, attack when you can, and you'll be able to get him down. Head up and get the Lord Vessel. Then with the souls from the fight and from popping the boss soul, you'll be able to buy both Homing Soul Mass and Soul Spear from Logan. The Hydra is going to be our next target, and getting to it is fun. Take out the 2 crystal golems on the left as you get down to its area. It's barely possible to avoid the Hydra's water attacks, but don't expect to do it consistently. Heal between its attacks, and do your best to avoid them, all the while getting closer. When you get within its melee range, the hard part is over. Use Power Within and Soul Spear to take it out. I ended up panicking and missing a couple of my Soul Spears because of the Crystal Golem, so I had to finish it off with a Black Firebomb. Also because of the misses, I had to return to the bonfire to have spells for the Golden Golem. Anyway, take it out to free Dusk, summon Dusk on the shore, then go get her crown. Return to Firelink, and place the Lord Vessel. Our next stop is the Asylum. With a very late jump, it's just barely possible to make it to the tower leading up to the nest. Now I hope you're ready for the most cursed Poopwalk animation. Make your way to the bonfire, and then it's time to take on the Stray Demon. We pretty much just have to hope he doesn't spam magic attacks. When you get a pattern where he doesn't, our high damage spells can carry us through this fight. The ladder isn't an option for us, so warp back to the bonfire. Get more intelligence, take out the Black Knight, and grab the Peculiar Doll. Return to Anor Londo and make your way to the Painted World, taking out any enemies that get in your way. In the Painted World, rush past all of the enemies until you come to the Undead Dragon. After you've triggered it to move forward, take it out. Restock on spells, and then start heading back. Perform a jump attack on the dragon's ass to make it stand up and get out of our way. After that, you don't have to worry about any enemies on the way to Priscilla. Take out Priscilla and don't forget to use Power Within and targeting like I did, or you'll be in for a rough time. Done properly, it should be a very fast fight. With the souls from Priscilla, we'll be able to hit our goal of 44 intelligence and can start investing into attunement again. With the remaining souls, buy 50 poison arrows from the female undead merchant, which is more than enough for our purposes. Gwyndolin is the next boss on our list, but getting close enough to attack him is easier said than done. Fortunately, as we learned in my cheese video, you don't need to get close. We can use our longbow and poison arrows to poison him from afar, while he just stands there and does nothing about it. I would normally avoid using cheese tactics in this run, but this one doesn't involve any glitches, we're not attacking him from outside of his arena, or disabling his AI, we're just exploiting the way this boss fight was designed. So it's completely fair game in my opinion. In any case, it takes 7 arrows to poison him, and 4 poison procs to drain his health to 0. With that, Gwyndolin will be no more. Use the souls to get 19 attunement, then start working on endurance. Our next stop is going to be the Duke's Archives. Traversing through is going to be the same as last time, the only differences being that we're going to take out the Golem for the pendant, and do Duke Warp with a fall control quit out instead of meme rolling. The rest of the way to Seath is the same as last time too, with the exception that the clams are much easier to deal with magic. Like last time, you'll want to pop some humanity for curse resistance against Seath. With Power Within and Soul Spear, he'll go down pretty quick. Go to Logan in the Archives to buy Crystal Soul Spear and Homing Crystal Soul Mass, then save Logan from going insane and get the Tin Crystallization Catalyst. Our new setup can destroy just about anything we come up against, and we're going to test it out on Pinwheel. Use fall control to get to him quickly, and then take him out. Use the souls from Priscilla and Gwyndolin, and with the souls from Pinwheel, you should have enough to buy a second Soul Spear from Griggs. That was the last use we had for Griggs, so take him out to get the Slumbering Dragon Crest Ring. Any extra souls should go towards endurance. Like last time, we'll need to perform a Force Quit Wrong Warp from the Gravelord Covenant to get past Pinwheel's ladder. Make your way to the bottom, let Patches kick you into the pit, and grab the Skull Lantern. Return to the asylum and trade the lantern with Snuggly to get the Ring of Fog. The 2 new rings will make sneaking past enemies much easier, and we can even use them to trap Nito on the giant skeletons in his room. The souls from Nito will bring us to our goal of 15 endurance. Any future level ups are just going to be vitality. Ceaseless is the next boss, and this is where we'll get to see the true power of this build. Hit him once, dodge his first attack, then finish him off. Next is Fire Sage, and there's not much to talk about. The Centipede Demon comes immediately after, just stick to the left side and destroy him. Like last time, we'll be using the Firebomb method to take on the Bed of Chaos. Use some of the souls from the bed to buy the Crest of Artorias, and head to Sif. Get ready for the fastest Sif fight you've ever seen. To finish off the base game, we have the 4 Kings. But it'll actually only be 2 Kings. These were my stats going into the DLC. The build is clearly pretty busted, but will it be able to hold up to the DLC bosses? First up is the Guardian. I'm using stone armor for extra poise, as getting flinched will be a problem. The Guardian can be pretty annoying and just spam lightning attacks. There's really not much we can do if that's what he chooses to do. However, if we do get the opportunity to attack, the fight is basically free. The area leading to Artorias is a peaceful walk thanks to the stealth rings. Make your way over to the elevator shaft, and meme roll down to quickly get to Artorias. Artorias himself is not much of a challenge thanks to this build. Meme roll down the next elevator shaft, then take out all of the enemies along the way to the next bonfire. If you want Dark Bead, you can clear out the enemies and grab it, though we really don't need it. The rest of the way to Manus is pretty safe with the stealth rings. The only enemy worth taking out is this sorcerer. Manus himself is pretty tough, mainly because he has a bunch of attacks that we aren't maneuverable enough to avoid, including at least one that's just guaranteed death. Fortunately, our high damage output can get us through the fight with the right attack pattern from him. You'll need to chug your Estus if he makes it rain dark magic. It definitely wasn't the cleanest fight for me, but it worked. The last boss is Kalameet, so we'll need to get the crest key. Take out any of the enemies in your path along the way, jump across, and destroy the mimic. Finally, it's time to pay Golf a visit. Of course, it wouldn't be a Poopwalk video without an unclimbable ladder blocking our progress. Well, before we disable Poopwalk for a third time, let's see if there's anything else we can do. Take out or avoid the dogs on the way to Kalameet's arena. Some of you might be familiar with the Golfless method for Kalameet. It's done by getting Kalameet to attack the inside of the valley, then running behind where his attack lands and hitting him safely from there. I initially wrote this off as impossible due to there seemingly being no way to make it across to the safe spot on the other side of the arena in time. But just when I was about to give up, I found a way to make it happen. First, you'll want to drop down to the lowest rock above the arena floor. Once you're there, start running straight across the arena towards the other side. Before you get too far in, go over this little hill and up to this rock with the plant coming out of it. For whatever reason, you only get hit once here, which makes it possible to block Kalameet's attack and survive. From there, start running a bit forward and to the left. This is just to make sure Kalameet attacks the entire arena and not just the back section. When you see Kalameet flying in, run over to this crevice with the plants on it. This is a safe spot I found and showed off in my cheese video. It turns out that this safe spot is a bit more special than I initially realized, however. While you're here, Kalameet will never attack. We can use this to our advantage to have enough time to pull off the Golfless method properly. You'll want to wait in this spot for a while to guarantee Kalameet's ready for his next attack cycle when you leave it. I did this by counting to 20 after every attack cycle before leaving, though I'm not sure what the exact length of time you actually need to wait is. When you come out from the spot, you'll want to run to the reddish plant behind us, then immediately run to the flat green plant in front of us. If you don't see him by the time you get to the green plant, run back to the safe spot as you've missed the timing on the cycle. It's possible to hit him at least twice per attack cycle, and hitting 4 power within buffed attacks should get you enough damage to finish him off with unbuffed attacks. But what do we do if we run out of casts before we take him down? Running out isn't a problem. We can utilize the spell swap glitch to have theoretically infinite crystal soul spears. Spell swap is a frame-perfect glitch performed by casting a spell you can cast with the spell tool in your left hand, followed by attempting to cast a spell you can't cast with the spell tool in your right hand 1 frame later. The result is that the second spell will be cast with the animation of the first. This also doesn't consume any casts of the first spell if done correctly, meaning there's no limit to it. So if you run out of casts, just spell swap your way to victory. But just to reiterate, it is possible to beat Kalameet without spell swap. And with that, we've learned that all 4 DLC bosses are possible to beat while poopwalking the whole time. The only boss left is Gwyn, and we already know he's possible to beat, but I'll show you the clip of it anyway. So there you have it, Poopwalk, all bosses. I hope you found this video entertaining, and I will see you guys in another video.